Hey, this is Al McGee with your entertainment ticket at www.yeticket.com. Well, the film I'm going to talk about right now is called The Post. Hey, this is directed by Steven Spielberg. He's always exciting. He always tells a great story with his direction. Hey, but what about this film, The Post? Well, do you remember 1971? The Vietnam War was going on. We had Richard Nixon in the office. And we had thousands and thousands of young men dying in the war. We don't even know why we were over there. I think they said fight communism, but who knows? Well, what happened was McNamara, he wrote these papers and said that the war was not winnable. Not at all. But our country kept putting money in it. We kept killing more and more innocent people. And we kept killing young Americans who went over there to try to defend that idea that the politicians put together. Well, the Post is about the Washington Post, and is also about the publisher at the time, and that was Kay Graham, played by Meryl Streep. Now, this is 1971. The reason she's the publisher and head of the Post is because her father owned the Post. Then her father died, but before he died, he put her husband in charge of the Post, but then he died, and then she took it over. Of course, a lot of men back then in 1971 didn't want to see her there. In fact, in the film, when she goes to many of these meetings, she's the only woman there in the meetings. The rest is all men, all white men there in the meetings talking about whatever they have to talk about. Also in this film, too, is Tom Hanks. He plays Ben Bradlee. He's also the publisher, and he's also the editor, too, of The Post. Now, what happened was Daniel Ellsberg, he found these papers written by McNamara. Now they call the Pentagon Papers, and he copied them, or he stole them from the government. First, he gave them to the New York Times. When he gave them to the New York Times, the Nixon administration, well, they took Times to court, to the Supreme Court, and said they were violating the Espionage Act, and the Supreme Court gave them a temporary court order to block the newspaper. But then the Post said, well, let us do it. Well, you know, we can go to jail, things like that. They were all worried about that and things like that. They did it anyway. And then after that, the Supreme Court said, let them go ahead and do it. And we, Americans, found out how the government lied to us. Like what? That's new to us? That they lied to us? Come on now. But it took a lot of bravery for them to put this out because, you know, their lives on the line, their money's on the line, and their reputation's on the line. But they came out to be heroes. Oh, you got to see the whole film to understand what went on. Also, in this film, too, you actually hear Richard Nixon's voice from his tapes, how he talked about the Post, how he talked about newspapers, how he talked about fake news. Wait a minute. I'm talking about another president, the current president right now. I'm talking about fake news. What? Nixon said the same thing that our current president is saying today? Yeah, you see it in this film. Well, The Post, directed by Spielberg. First of all, the acting, Meryl Streep. Come on, she's Meryl Streep. She did a great job in acting. Tom Hanks did too. Come on, these are two of America's greatest actors. Come on, what can you say? And the directing. Also the screenwriters, Liz Hannah and Josh Singer, did a great script on this. But I'm only going to give this film, as I rate it, only 3 palm trees out of 4. Only 3 palm trees out of 4. Because I didn't have enough action. And they did too much talking in this film. But that's all they can do at that time in 1971. Hey, I'm Al McGee with your entertainment ticket. Thank you for watching my review. I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate that film, too, The Post, because I forgot all about that. Now, Spielberg is going to make you remember it. Thank you for watching.
This is your entertainment ticket, latest and greatest.